Hello, hello, hello. It's the Gambia versus New Zealand. Are we there? One, two, three. Hello. Mic test. Hello. One, two, three. Hello. Hello. Mic test. One, two, three. Ila iya episode. Okay. Ye linko kile. Omore mo linko kika kwenye ha. Omore aki.
Sana soka kana sana soka.
Hello, Mr. Bakari. How are you? I hope you're fine. I hope you arrived at your hotel and everything is okay. Please kindly take out some time and look into these details of the second citizenship and passport. If you have any questions, do ask and
Let's welcome Gambia team and New Zealand team. National anthem for Gambia team.
that there by that of the Gambia here at Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai, where the Gambia is taking on New Zealand in an international friendly, preparing the Scorpions for the forthcoming Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations to be held in Cameroon. The Gambia, the first time having a training camp in the UAE, and as well for the first time taking on a country from the Oceania region, New Zealand for that matter. We welcome you if you are catching us live from around the world, especially our stakeholders and football family members from the Gambia, West Africa, and also across the world in the diaspora, in the Europe, in Americas, in the Scandinavian region. We are here in the United Arab Emirates for the first time in Dubai. The Gambia, as always, is dressing, of course, in their national colors, red, white, and green strips. Team captain Omar Kuli, OJ, posing for the press. Trying to reposition ourselves from the commentary positions here. My commentator is going to be, co-commentator is going to be Musa Sise. He's also serving as my match summarizer from Afrisal, one of the exclusive sponsors and partners for the Scorpions Road Tour 2021 in Cameroon. We'll run down the start list of the Gambia for you. The team is mobbing themselves in the pitch, going to play from right to our left position. Very good stadium here, very decent and neat, very beautiful. It's the main ball of the training grounds where the Scorpions have been having their daily sessions since on Wednesday. And today, Tuesday, the 16th of November 2021, we are coming to you live from Dubai. The first time your commentator visits Dubai. But for Musa Sise, he has been visiting Dubai on a number of occasions, and that is why he will be with me, twinning up to give us some important statistics, but also taking us through to some legitimate news regarding Dubai. Babukar Gay is going to be at goal. Omar Koli, team captain at central defense, pairing up with James Gomez and Nuha Sanko. Ibu Ture, Yusufa Bob, Abdullah Jallo, Musa Baro, Sedi Janko, and Dembo Dabo. Dembo Dabo from Belarus is the leading goal scorer in the Belarusian league, scoring 19 goals, and this is going to be his full debut. And there goes the whistle for the Gambia, starting up with proceedings. Our referees tonight are all from the United Arab Emirates. Sultan Mohammed Shala is the central referee, assisted by Jai Dawood. Second assistant, Ali Rashid Al-Nuami. And fourth official, Muhammad Abdullah Al-Khawudi, are the officials for tonight's encounter between the Gambia and New Zealand. It's just a minute after 8 o'clock here, and equally a minute after 4 o'clock back home in the West African country of the Gambia. Musa Sise, welcome to the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium here in Dubai, where the Gambia is taking on the New Zealand for the first time from the Oceania region, but all in preparation for the impending Africa Cup of Nations to be held in the Cameroon from January to February. Afrisal is no menos in the partnership for the Scorpions' quest for their maiden appearance at the Africa Cup of Nations. Musa.
Thank you, Vivi. It's great being here in this wonderful city of Dubai, forming the island Emirates. And of course, Dubai has been known just for football, but for, of course, its touristic nature and the number of visits it records annually, hitting skyrocket. But for obvious reasons, the Gambia is here today for the very first time on an unofficial training camp, preparing for the Nations Cup, as you said. Oceanian opponent for the very first time in the history of our football being New Zealand, known as the All all whites, contrary to the rugby team known as the All Blacks. The team, as you said, are also dressed in black and, of course, taking on the Gambians in their traditional colors that comprise of our national flag. It's corner to the New Zealanders for the first time in the very second minute. But tonight, baby, what is very important is what can come out of this game as a test game. Remember, it's a friendly, and all eyes and ears are all geared towards what's going to happen in Cameroon in a couple of weeks' time. Corner comes in, headed, flanked, deflected by Babukar Gaye, but is well cleared, and of course, in free kick, the Gambia to benefit from BB.
Thank you very much, Musa. You have said it rightly. New Zealand very well known for their cricketing prowess, alongside South Africa, of course, and Zimbabwe and England as well. But Babukar Gaye will take that clearance from the Gambian defense. Just 2.5 minutes gone into the first 45 minutes. A long one comes in, headed out by New Zealand. They are still in control at the far end through their number 11. But James Gomez brought the number 11 down, and it's going to be a free kick to New Zealand. The Gambia will regroup themselves in their own area. We also have to make mention, Musa, that the president of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Lamin Kababajo, has also flown in last night to come and give that support required of him, personal support and executive committee members' support to their Scorpions quest in this international friendly against New Zealand. President Bajo is not only alone, we are also being accompanied by head of delegation, Mr. Ibufai, who also doubles as head of GFF competitions and national team matters. And also in the company of Pa Yusufa Samba, president of KM Regional FA. A cross comes in, deflected and cleared out by the Gambia's Ibrahim Adabo, who plays for AS Roma. Musa Barrow challenges, but he could not get the connection. And here is New Zealand. A cross comes in straight into the hands of goalkeeper Babukar Gaye. He plays in Germany. Of recent, he's in decent form. And there is Sidi Janko, the guy from Manchester, formerly with Manchester United. Yusufa Bob Jaguar sends it to team captain Omar Colley. Colley spreads it low for Dembo Ibrahim Dabo, but Dabo misses it. Omar Colley now chases. He puts it away for a corner kick to New Zealand. We have a few injuries that has plagued the team, but no worries for coach Tom Sangfe. Mohamed Badamusi is ill and is out of touch for this very important game against New Zealand. All his intention has been to feature in this game against New Zealand for the first time for Mohamed Badamusi, who now plays in the Belgium for Kotrich. Musa?
That's right. Badamosi has joined on the sick list, if you wish, by a number of key players, amongst them Ibrahim Akoli, who plays his club football in Italy, and so is Asan Sise, prolific, and coming into this game, he's been the top marksman for the Gambia in all our qualifiers, and he's not just alone. And but Tom Sanfe is not very much worried about that. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, those guys will recover from any sort of niggling injuries that has kept them in tonight's game. But they are very much with us in here. And one consolation that we could be very proud of in the teams is that of Dembo Dabo's presence, making his debut for the national team. Of course, his status in Belarusian football is on the records, and it's something that the Gambian public would definitely want to see him reproduce. It is a throw into the Gambia. Before the throw, the New Zealanders are not very much, the biggest of names in world football. Of course, Oceania is a region that they have enjoyed 10 times their championship, and of course their players, most of them, because they also run a semi-pro league, yes. And most of them tend to play in the major English leagues around the world, in England, United States, and of course in Scandinavia. But tonight we're bound to see what they can do. This is not the team that represented them in the two World Cups that we know of in 1998 and 2002, but of course the Gambia equally are a match coming into this tournament, because absolutely New Zealand also has to be credited for having participated in the two World Cup finalists and two World Cup finals rather, and they are the Ozonia champions. But a very important spot key for the Gambia, they are a corner, first corner in just 6.5 minutes of play.
Yusufa Bob Jaguar is taking that corner. He swings in, but headed out by New Zealand. Sidi Janko heads it to Yusufa Bob. He's been caught out for a throw into the Gambia. Dembo Dabo, clinical player he is. Yusufa Bob, left-footed. And now to Jamano, Sidi Janko now. The Gambian chaps are playing decent football, Musa. Good that we are bringing the voice of Musa Sisse on the airwaves at the commentary cabin there. And that is James Gomez. They're playing the ball around their own area. That is Yusufa Bob Musa. I was just talking about him. He played his childhood football for Hawks. And that is James Gomez, former Real de Banjul player. Real de Banjul, they have a couple of players, almost about 5 of them. And that is Ibrahim Dabo. Dabo, he plays a very good football in the AS Roma, where Jose Mourinho is now. That's New Zealand through their number 8. They knocks it back and spreads it wide at the far end. Sedi Janko is on the defense, but New Zealand still in control at the wide dividing circle. They are now entering into the Gambian area. They knock back New Zealand. The Gambia will have a very good test for this game, being one of a series of final preparatory matches for the Scorpions. And it's wayward for a goal kick to the Gambia. 8 minutes gone, 0-0. Tom Sangfei Musa, your good friend, is on the touchline. Today too, he will lose all his voices. Quite good here in Dubai. 10 days training camp preparing the national team for the Africa Cup of Nations in the Cameroon from the 9th to 6th of February 2021. The Gambia is going to be based in Limbi. They jump now. Dabo is too short to get that connection. New Zealand picks it up. They send a long one. Omar Colley, team captain, chases. He drops it back to Babukar Gay. Gay in his own area. He sends a cheap one chested down by New Zealand. Yusufa Bob brings it down now. Clinical finish from Jaguar. He plays both left and right. He finds no one there. Sedi Janko is chasing it. And New Zealand drops it back to their goalkeeper, playing in their own area. At the edge of the D now, Michael Wood. And now New Zealand. Musa, it has to be said that this game is played behind closed doors. It's only the COVID restrictions, only the VIPs and organizing committee for this match are allowed in.
Foreign minister in here.
Exactly. Musa has just reminded me that the Gambia's foreign minister, Honorable Dr. Mohamed Tangara, is also in with an official from the Foreign Affairs Ministry. New Zealand on the attack. Picked up by the Gambia, Yusufa Bob. He sends it to the wrong person now. New Zealand picks it up, but Yusufa intercepts it. And that is, Abdullah Jallo, he's been intercepted, and it's a definite foul, Musa. 10 minutes gone, it's still 0-0.
That's good. That's Germano's, game. His confidence in holding onto the ball. Stalwart, strong he is, but deadly. And of course, he's someone who is very much going to be influential in tonight's game if we can get a good run. But so is for Bob, and diminutive both are, but we can rule their potentials in changing the game tonight, baby. It's going to be a game that I think they will relish because these kind of opponents, even though in their club outfits, they tend to meet opponents of this sort. But tonight is going to be a very different ball game, and so we have Sedi Janko also, who has a lot to prove and a lot to say. He's someone that the Gambia has been following for the longest time. Of course, as a Manchester United, academy, or Manchester United recruit earlier on, he is someone that we believe that has the potential to deliver for the Gambia, baby.
Quite correct. Musa Sedi has made his mind, and that is his affinity with the Gambia. Playing for the Scorpions. This is his second international with the Scorpions. He has been with the team in Morocco recently. Good football from the New Zealanders. They enter into the penalty area, and it's been caught out by James Gomez. He made his debut during the training camp in Turkey and eventually scored the Gambia's lone goal against Togo. And here is New Zealand. They spreads it wide at the far end. Neatly bricked. Wants to enter into the Gambian area now. A cross comes in, but straight into the hands of goalkeeper Babukar Gueye. Babukar Gueye now spreads it low for team captain Omar Colley. He's now becoming a long-standing captain, and that is Musa Barrow. Barrow to Ibu Toure. That's another youngster, promising lad for that matter, from Salford. And looking for Dembo now. He's been caught out for a Gambian throw. Ibu Toure will take that throw. He will do a quick one. Looking for Ibrahim Dabo, and now he sends it to Dembo Dabo. Dabo was looking for Musa Barrow, but it eludes Barrow. Barrow challenges. He can't get. Yes, absolutely. New Zealanders not only good at
breaking them.
That is Musa Cisse. Good to have him by my side here. New Zealand, they bring it back at the wide dividing circle, knocking the ball around. West Ham. Musa will give us all those statistics. They played against Algeria in another friendly, and they beat the North Africans 2-1. They now enter into the area. New Zealand, a cross comes in, being caught out by Omar Colley, but danger not averted. New Zealand comes in. Babukar Gueye cleared and parried it away. Fantastic. And it's going to be a corner for New Zealand. They beat Algeria 2-1, but that was the Algerian reserves, big team, ready to take in the Arab Cup of Nations.
That's right, baby. I mean, Algerian team, just as we did with the Moroccan second team. Here we are in Dubai. And of course, I'm hoping that it is not going to be anything similar to that, because these training matches are supposed to be test games, trying whoever is it that in your team. Well, it's another corner. Dispute over whether there's been a touch, but the New Zealanders are going to get to the end of it, and the corner is going to be taken by number 10, who happens to be number 20 rather. Number is it 10? Number 10 for New Zealand. This is interesting. Not in the team seat. Well taken care of. Babukar Gueye. The Gambia leaving a little bit dangerously. Most of the ball is been in the Gambia's half so far, but Babukar Gueye rules this one nicely to Captain Omar Colley, who plays to Ibrahim Dabo, back to Colley again. Colley tries to build his attack from the back, sends it to James's direction. James controls to Germano, number 3. 1-2, and Dembo Dabo is there, who controls to, of course, Yusufa Bob. Yusufa sends a wide one just for Ibu Toure to connect, heads to Musa Barrow. Absolutely. Musa moves in, well built up from the Gambia. Here comes the Gambians. It's still well supported by German. No, but it was spread, but was cut out by the New Zealanders, number 8. Baby, that was a promising attack.
Absolutely, very decent ball position down there from the Gambians. They built the attack from the defense, but been cut out by the New Zealanders just at their edge. And here is New Zealand still now in the control. The Gambia will regroup themselves at the back. That was a very good build-up from the Gambian goalkeeper Babukar Gueye through Omar Colley, team captain. And here is Ibrahim Dabo on the attack. He's been blocked. New Zealand now. Ibu Toure will find way as to how to block that one, and that is from Omar Colley. And now to Ibrahim Dabo. Will clear his area. Yusufa Bob, Jaguar sends it low to Musa Barrow. Barrow now, he would want to dribble. He enters in between them, but he's been caught out. Musa Barrow, and New Zealand will now pick it up through their number 10, Musa, your playmaker. And he's been left-footed. Oh, he's been blocked by Yusufa Bob, Germano. Jaguar now will find way as to how to...
Sapet Singh plays his club football in Germany.
Oh,
number 10.
Yeah, we have 2 Germans in this squad, one for the Gambia and one for New Zealand. The same league as in Babukar Gueye now. And Ibu Toure will take that throw in. 16 minutes gone. It's still 0-0 between the Gambia and New Zealand. The first time Gambia playing against New Zealand We once played against Mexico, we lost. We played Kosovo, we lost.
All those are games, BB, I went
Yes,
to
we
watch.
played Portugal, we lost. Musa, you have been there.
Yes, I mean, those are European opponents we had. Luxembourg was played in a city called, Leopold TS, a city called TS in Luxembourg. We also played Mexico, that's before the 2010 World Cup, because Mexico were in the same group against with South Africa, and they're supposed to be the opening act.
Musa, a very good build-up here from Musa Barrow at the near side of the area, wearing his number 10. Barrow is dancing with the ball now. He's right-footed, Darrow shots! Oh, that was a low one, and straight into the Netherlands goalkeeper. That was a simple one for him. You are Gambian European. That is why you can crisscross all those areas.
Maybe it's quite a good thing to really follow your national team for the last 20 years or so coming down, and of course the little transition that has taken place. None of these players were playing by then, but those were history, and it's going to stay in our books for a while. We also played in Saudi in the MAM that was brought us around this part of the world and Asia. And but Osonia for the very first time. I think the next team we're going to play probably is going to be Australia, and when I don't know, baby.
Yeah. Musa Sisse, that was an offside. It's caught on the offside. You must have missed Helsinki.
Yeah, I'm home.
Heydays.
Heydays. That's it. Crisscrossing Europe. All because of our football, and here we are today, just trying to relive it, baby.
Thank you, Musa. If you wish to be reminded who Musa Sisse is, Africell, very good partners and exclusive partners for the Scorpions' journey to the AFCON. Sedi Janko misses that target, and very dangerous at the area down there. And that is New Zealand. Their playmaker Shapiting.
From Germany.
And here is New Zealand's number 8. They are spreading it wide now. They are playing simple football, it has to be said. Yes. And here is the number 4. He spreads it wide at the far end where you have Nuha Sanko, and he blocks it. And that's going to be a corner for New Zealand. We have our Gambian officials who are also here. The Director of Planning at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. Sutejao, is also with us. Mr. Sadebo Kamaso, Executive Committee Members, Gambia Football Federation, is also here, although on a separate mission. But he has taken time to be with the national team and his officials all along since our day of arrival here. A corner is going to come in. He swings in to the Gambian area. Header comes in, but he's been blocked. Oh, well caught out, but dangerous position, Musa.
It was dangerous. It was a goal, BB. And fortunately for us, we had the defender very much on the line, just had to head it away. Gambia safe there. It was definitely a goal to the New Zealanders.
We hope that this kind of savior continues for the Scorpions. Babukar Gay was caught unawares, and he was just on standstill, motionless for that matter. Yeah. Here he comes with a good clearance deep into the Netherlands area, but they have been caught out. Jamano now controls. It's a very simple chap. Shot. And now James Gomez will clear that, wearing the number 12. Another Real de Banjul former player. He knocks it against the New Zealanders, and he's going to benefit from that goal kick. Ibu Toure is being talked to by coach Tom Sangfet at the sidelines. He must be telling him, Ibu, just be cautious of such a...
Something like that.
Yes.
And the same thing, just talking about Ibu's, small talks with the coach, that's Tom Sanfe on the sidelines. We're talking about James Gomez, who made the transition from the under-23 to the senior national team as we look into the future. He's been such a solid, performer for both, the team that he captained earlier on and the team he joined right now. He's one to watch for the future.
Absolutely, Musa. Very good transition. He was under the tutelage of Matar Mboj, who has also now been acclaimed to the national under-23 and Olympic squad. Matar has to be promoted because of his pedigree at junior levels. 21 minutes, still 0-0. Team manager Osman Drame Cho has also made all the necessary logistics available for the national team. He's been credited to providing all essentials provisions for the national team. New Zealand now They take a long one. Ibu Toure will head it out and straight into goalkeeper Babukar Gueye. Gueye now looks around. He gives it to Musa Barrow, who comes very near to him. Spreads it to James Gomez. Good kick. Sedi Janko looks around for Abdoulaye Jallo Jamano. He has a lot of dispositions. Maybe it's because of his size and height.
Yeah, I think, by just looking at him, unless he tries to express himself and impose, himself on the people surrounding him, he's going to continue to be dispossessed. He has the skills, he has the potential, but he really has to raise his game a little bit because he's been caught out many a times, baby.
Musa Cisse there. New Zealand now. They send it back to their goalkeeper, and their number 2 now picks it up. He will spread it wide. Oh, it's been blocked. And Musa Barrow now to Jamano. Now, marauding Ronda, Jamano left-footed. Musa Barrow spreads it wide to Sedi Janko, who sends a corner. A crossed one, but it's been blocked. But Yusuf Abo picks it up. Now to Nuha Sanko. Musa Barrow picks it up. Barrow, very good player, Musa Barrow. He is. Ibu Toure, wearing the number 13. Now to Ibrahim Adabo, Roma player. The favors are returned to Ibrahim Adabo and Musa Barrow. Tom Sangfei is playing 5-4, 4-5-1 formation. And Ibu Toure sends a cross. He's been caught out by Netherlands defense. And they're knocking around now. Decent play. The Gambia will now regroup themselves. James Gomez cut it out. James!
This is James.
And Sedi Janko now. And that's going to be a throw-in for the Netherlands. Very good football from the Gambian chaps. Musa, we had such a kind of training program in Turkey sometime in June. We won 2 and lost 1 to Kosovo. And now we are playing against New Zealand champions of Oceania, and for the first time playing against a team from the Ozonia region.
That's right. It is very interesting looking at the New Zealand team because New Zealand had no big name in their squad. They are all, semi-pros who play in the United States, in the English Championship, in Australia, coming down to Scandinavia, in Germany. That's where you have most of their players. Even if you look at the composition of the team, you will realize that, most of these people, being a training camp, probably are just trying to run out and see what this game is all about and who their opponents are. And that's what we're seeing right now. There is no, acceleration on the pace of the game, and anything that has to do with that probably will be seen to the Gambians because we have a point to prove, baby.
Musa, you can see a couple of Gambian boys who are resident here in Dubai coming to watch their fellow brethren here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium. Very good stadium, very nice and decent stadium. Simple to fill up.
Simple to fill up. It's less than a 20,000 capacity stadium, but it would have been different if it was populated by fans. But this is what we have to live. COVID situation around the world.
That's why it's referred to as a global pandemic.
It is. Affecting every aspect of our lives, but we have to live with it, baby.
You will see how the restrictions were even at the time of our entry into the stadium.
It was not the most pleasant, as always. We have to deal with it, but this is what we're about. Oh, that was a strong one.
But in the Gambia, we can use our Maslaha syndrome.
Yes,
to get people inside.
Unfortunately, we can't do that in here.
25 minutes gone, is still 0-0 here in Dubai. A long one comes in, chased there by Nuha Sonko. It's a combative defender, Nuha Sonko.
Yes.
Had a fantastic game at the Turkey training camp in June. And now, Netherlands player enter between two of them, Nuha Sonko. And now to Jamano, Sedi Janko runs across at the far end. Sedi, he's a fast player. He would pass it to. He's been caught out. But he's still in control. And it's a corner kick to Sedi Janko and his Gambian Scorpions at the far end.
Maybe that ball should have been laid down to Dembo a long time, and I think this is what probably the coach was talking about in his pre-match build-up as to the speed that Dembo possessed and he could be utilized. And I think for the openings to come away, those kind of situations must be utilized, and the ball should have been delivered to Dembo.
At the pre-match meeting, he told them very clearly that you can play to enjoy, but be very, very cautious of such situations, as Musa put it across, and that they should be proud to be Scorpions because the 2 million or 1.8 million Gambians are watching. It has to be repositioned. It has to be repositioned, and Yusufa Bob Jaguar is going to take that corner. This is the second corner for the Gambia. A lot of black shirts at the Netherlands defense. He's going to coil it, and here it comes, a coiler deep into the area. Dembo Dabo cannot get the connection. Musa Barrow now shot in. Oh, wayward for Musa Barrow. He's very good at such kind of shots. Very powerful footer.
That's his trademark. That's his trademark, and we've seen him score so much goal for his club in Italy. And if you rewind that, he would have been taking it a little bit lower, and it would have been a different target.
Our technician Omar Toure will try to bring that rewind game. Very important action for that matter. New Zealand playing in their own area. The Gambia will press, but they can't. New Zealand back now. Musa Barrow, he's retreating, and New Zealand still in possession. Musa, it's important that we have the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Mamadou Tangara, with officials from the Gambia's diplomatic mission here in the UAE. It's very important. Drumming of support. I think 2 days ago they were at the hotel. He's a football lover. Has he played football before?
I would like. He's most of. He's an order like a karate boxing guy. Can you imagine? But of course he
was at our last SJAG Awards night.
Big time, and it's something that he was so impressed with, and he spoke about how highly and impressed he was with such an event that is to celebrate what Gambia has in sporting wise. And he said, Musa, how do you do this? How do we maintain this thing? Absolutely. I said, you come in and then we'll maintain it. But that's how, what as a cabinet minister, as somebody who is very much high up there in the government, has to think about, and he's really willing and ready to support us. Maybe that's just, one of the good things that came out of that night's, gathering.
Yeah, and that is Dr. Mamadou Tangara, who is here with us at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium here in Dubai. Netherlands look like not playing under pressure, but so too is the Gambia, not playing under any pressure. Relaxed, comfortable, and playing good to enjoy this game. A long one comes in, picked up by their number 11. He chested it down. Ibu Toure knocks it out for a corner to the Netherlands. This also must be their second corner. 2 corners for the Gambia and 2 corners for Joey's happiness for Joey. Musa, you are a member of the NCC, the body responsible for collecting resources and finances for the Gambia's participation at the AFCON finals in Cameroon. Let's take this corner first, and we will come to Musa Sisse's NCC. A left-footed corner comes in, deep into the area, but headed out by, that must be Omar Koli, team captain, and it rolls out for another throw into the Netherlands. And he drops it low, picked up there by their Jobel, number 8. Netherlands knocking the ball around their own area. Their number 4. Their number 18 picks it up now. He's been challenged by Ibrahim Adabo, number 8. And now their number 10, Musa Sisse's player, favorite player for that matter, but picked up by James Gomez. Decent player, James Gomez, he is. But Dembo Dabo, bad control for him. Musa, I was talking about the NCC preparing for the Scorpions' participation at the AFCON finals in Cameroon. Things are going nice, huh?
They are going nice. The speed, yes. We just do the anticipation of what we intend to do, raise funds for the teams, preparation to the AFCON. It's a huge thing, and it's not small amount of money we're looking for, but we believe that the Gambian public will come to our aid because this is our national team, and we believe that, hence it is ours, it becomes everyone's business. So we ask...
Official stake is blazing the trail.
Africell is
$8 million.
$8 million to start with. We hope and pray that others will follow suit because it is our business. It is everybody's business. We have the bank accounts. Use your how to call it, your apps to support. You can do anything to support. Call officials to support. Visit the secretariat at football at how to call it, the Independence Stadium to support. You can do anything to support, baby. So this is for the public, and let's own up to what we have, baby.
Official blazing the trail in support of the Scorpions. What you have ever been in support of sport. A throw comes in. 31 minutes, still 0-0. Two players, Gambia and Netherlands, brought down. They brought down each other. And now it's going to be an infringement for, yes, the Netherlands. Jobel. He knocks it around. They are moving now. It's going to be blocked into the area by Nuha Sanko. And good referee is Sultan Mohammed Salah. Said it's going to be a goal kick to the Gambia. And Babukar Gaye rolls in slowly to pick up that ball. We have a decent Gambian substitution here. You have Suleiman Mare, Daudangam, Lamin Jallo back to the team. Sheikh Sibi, second choice goalkeeper. Lamin Sarr has to be said that he's out of town. By the way, he has been flown to Sweden because of illness. We have Babukar Tarawale Steve, who is also on the bench. Mohamed Mbai is also on the bench. Ibrahim Sohna from the Gambia. Sohna, by the way, will be flying with the Gambian local officials back to Banjul on Thursday. Babukar Gaye sends a long one looking for Sedi Janko. Chested down Janko, but he loses connection. But blocked down there by Dembo Dabo. Sedi Janko picks it up. Now giving it to Nuha Sanko. Sanko now. Oh, good pass. But good skill down there as well. But woefully, Sedi Janko could not pick it up. Now at the wide dividing circle, and the jump comes in. Jamano. I was talking about his height.
That's it. But he has the the ability to play against any. It doesn't matter how diminutive he is. But he's a bowler and a very good one for that matter, baby.
Dembo Dabo to the Netherlands through their number 2. And now their number 4.
4 for Netherlands.
4 for the
Nando.
Netherlands. Nando. He brings it back. And now still with Nando.
Let's read.
And now to his number 2. Wants to spread it to number 17. But it's back to Nando. Nando is having many of the possessions for the Netherlands. Yes. And now the Gambia is regrouping themselves at the back. It's quite okay. It's quite okay for the Gambia. Good back healer for the Netherlands. And now they are still in control. And the player is being brought down by Ibrahima Dabo. Not the best of Ibrahima Dabo yet to be seen.
No, Ibrahima, I think, is yet to gel with his team, but that doesn't mean that he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Perhaps we just expect a lot of him at this early stage, but he has the quality. He is playing the game, the football at the highest level you can imagine in club football. So he is someone who's really going to produce the goods for the Gambia when the time comes, baby.
That was a good shot, but been cut out by James Gomez neatly at the area, and here comes across and been blocked by Abdoulaye Jallo Jamano, another Real de Banjul boyhood who has played his local football for Real de Banjul together with James Gomez. Mohamed Badamosi is also out of the form due to illness.
Jovel to take this one.
Yes, Jovel to take this corner kick. This is the third corner for the Netherlands. 35 minutes gone. Be reminded that we are coming to you live from Dubai. A cross comes in, headed out by Noah Sonko, rather. Noah Sonko. And that's going to be the fourth corner for the Netherlands. Here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai. Fantastic city, Dubai. Will take the cross. He's a left footer. Will take a very good corner for that matter. But Gambia now on the defense, headed out by James Gomez again.
Offside.
Is Cotton offside?
Offside.
It's a goal, Musa.
Offside. Let's walk and see.
It's a goal. Goal for the Netherlands. 36 minutes gone. It was a corner headed out, but not completed. And finally nodded in by the Netherlands. It's 1-0 to the Netherlands. 36 minutes.
New Zealanders. Yeah, it's New Zealand.
New Zealanders, rather.
New Zealand won through a freak goal. I mean, from a corner kick that was cleared and then returned just for the near post. New Zealander to nod it in against Babukar Gay's goal. 1-0 to the New Zealanders here in Dubai.
Babukar Gay in the 36 minutes. And now he clears his area. New Zealand now, they headed it out. And now into the Gambian area. The Gambia is trailing behind by a goal to nil. Ibu Toure has been sandwiched. And Omar Colley will take that free kick. It's still 1-0. Just under a minute after the goal was scored, Babukar Gay will now take that free kick. New Zealand has a very Abdullah Jallo now to Yusuf Abob. Ibrahim Adabo spreads it low to Ibu Toure. Ibu Toure returns the favors to Musa Barrow. Barrow wants to enter into the area. Musa Barrow has been caught out. Oh, dangerous action down there. And Ibu Toure will retreat. New Zealand knocking the ball around their own area. They are trailing the Gambia 1-0 at 36 minutes. At the far end now, Abdullah Jallo will attack, but a cross comes in, a long one. And number 10 is caught on the offside. Omar Colley, team captain, will position that ball very well for James Gomez to take. But Yusuf Abob will rather take that one. He spreads it low to Abdullah Jallo Jamano. Now to James Gomez. Looking for Sedi Janko. Janko back to James. James looking for Jamano. Jamano gluing the ball to his feet now to James Gomez. James still looking for Dembo Dabo. Dembo has been caught out by New Zealand. James Gomez and now has a marauding run at the far end. He's been brought down, and the referee says it's going to be a throw into the Gambia. Sultan Mohammed Shala, central referee, says the ball has to be given back to the Gambia, and Nuha Sonko will take that one. He will take a long one down there, looking for Musa Barrow. Musa Barrow returns it to Nuha Sonko. Musa brings the ball down, and now to James Gomez. Oh, what a kind of foul at the far end down there, very close to the corner flag. It's coming up to 40 minutes gone into the first half. It's Gambia 0, New Zealand 1. Noah Sonko takes the long throw, but New Zealand picks it up, and Noah Sonko still, he knocks it against the New Zealander. I'm going to take that throw in, Musa.
Yeah, I mean, Noah Sonko, Swansback is a player who plays his club football in Sweden with Östersund, and he's moved to, he signed with Levski Sofia in Bulgaria, and will be joining them in January. So he's someone in the move.
Oh, good turn by Yusuf Abob, Jaguar. That is one of his trademarks. And now to Musa Barrow, his local club mate. Barrow now, he wants to enter into the area. His strong one is the right foot. Ibrahim Adabo! He's looking for space, acres of space ahead of him, looking for Sedi Janko. And now to Abdullah Jallo, Jamano. He shots in.
Handball.
That is a handball claim, but referee ignores it for a corner kick to the Gambia. That is going to be the Gambia's third corner. New Zealand has 4 corners. Gambia has 3 corners. And Yusufa Bob. Oh, that must be Jaguar. He sends a cross now. A header comes in, but straight into goalkeeper. That was Omar Colley's direct header and direct into Chris Wood's hands. 41 minutes gone. The Gambia is coming up very well with a great intent here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai. New Zealand now on the attack. The Gambia trying to defend. Good one from New Zealand. Musa's favorite player, the number 10. He's been brought down by Yusufa Bob. He will not allow that kind of a play from the number 10. That is so cheap for him. If you are joining us, we welcome you along from Dubai, where the Gambia is trailing behind 1-0 by New Zealand. 42 minutes gone. International friendly, preparing the Scorpions for AFCON finals in Cameroon. A header comes in, headed out by team captain Omar Colley for a corner to New Zealand. Mohamed Bai is warming up. He's another combative midfielder. Mohamed Bai also had a very good outing with the Scorpions back in Turkey, sometime in June, where the Scorpions had a 2 weeks training camp in Antalya, preparing for the Africa Cup of Nations finals. A corner comes in, deep into the area, headed out. But the Gambia, inches away from the standbar. But assistant referee Sultan Mohammed Salah says it's offside as his flag was up. And Babukar Gaye will now take the goal kick. Babukar Gaye spreads it wide to Nuha Sanko, who sends a kick. James Gomez heads it to Sedi Janko. Sedi now retreating back. He sends it to his goalkeeper. Babukar Gaye will clear. Good one into the middle. No one there. And it's back to Babukar Gaye now. Gaye, we're 44 minutes gone, 16 seconds. He sends a long arm throw. Jamanu now chested it down. The ball by his foot. Omar Colley, team captain. Colley has been he's been pushed and brought down, and there's a foul. But game continues as Ibu Ture clears it from this area at our near area, looking for Dembo Dabo. Good ball, good skill from Dembo. That was a good back healer. And he was looking for Musa Barrow, but been caught out as Ibu Ture will now take this quick one. He sends it to Omar Colley, team captain. Colley looking for Dembo Dabo once again. And back to Dembo Dabo. Dabo is looking for a space, looking for Jamano at the far end. He caught it. Jamano now back to Sedi Janko. Janko looking for Ibrahima Dabo. Dabo enters into the area. A shot comes in, but it's been blocked and straight into the hands of New Zealanders goalkeeper. They are leading by a goal to nil.
This is, baby, this is what we expect of the team, and they've been awakened, it seems.
Yes.
I mean, the
well awakened,
and the attacks are coming. They are more cautious. They are now very much aggressive. This wasn't seen in the early part of the game, but this is what the game of football is all about. Absolutely. If they had probably gone up earlier on, they might have been running out of steam, but that's not, I believe, this team, because the workout that they've been doing coming into this game would not leave them sort of any bread, baby.
Absolutely. You said it, Musa. They are back in contention now, the Scorpions at the far end, and that is Musa Barrow chested it down. looking for Yusufa Bob. Jaguar. Oh, that's the end of the first 45 minutes. I was expecting time added on. There was no indication of time added on, just about a minute at our own unofficial timing. And it's 1-0 to New Zealand. Very good first 45 minutes here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai. Coach Tom Sangfei will now have a team talk with his boys at the locker room. Musa?
That's right. It is not about 45 minutes, baby. If we're going to go through what we saw, a dogged, determined team who really, wanted to play football and a different, game of football. But this is what the game of football at this level is all about. 1-0 to the New Zealanders, the All Whites, and what we saw, it wouldn't be a free goal. To me, it's more of a very, very cheapest, and but that's the game of football. You have to take your chances, and it came their way, and there was no difference as to what happened. The Scorpions, I am definitely confident that we'll see a very, second 45 minutes with Tom and his boys, because this is a game I believe they can win. If you look at the Dembo Dabo's efforts up front and his recent combinations with Musa Barrow, it looks very promising. And if that continued with Jamano and of course Seri Janko trying to at least out of the firepower up front, there must be some goals in this game for the Gambia, and I'll not be surprised even if it goes beyond 1 or 2, because this is what they need. They have to go with confidence into the final leg of the preparation, if not the most final or the penultimate lap for Cameroon. But we don't know what's going to happen in December, who we're going to play. But as of now, this game is well poised to go either way, and I sincerely believe that the Scorpions come up with the goods and really raise the roof. Even though it's empty in here, but I believe that something good can come out of this game, Bibi.
Musa Sisse, it has been New Zealand 1, the Gambia 0 at the end of the first half. A lot of messages trunking into my phone, Anama, as well. Your phone, if you check very well, that a lot of Gambians outside the Smiling Coast, West Africa, are watching us far and near, especially those here in the Emirates, the Gambians in the UK, Gambians in the Americas, Gambians in the Scandinavia, Gambians everywhere across Africa, monitoring us, watching the game live from the Maktoum bin Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium, where New Zealand is trailing the Gambia ahead with a 1-0. And it's second half coming up. We will get back to you later on when the second half proceedings will resume. From me, Musa Sisse, and your commentator Bakari B. Balde, thank you for following us, and we'll be back with you in just a jiffy.
So Scorpion, J.O. We could Scorpion, J.O. Come with Scorpion, yeah, mana, yeah, Scorpion, Jala, Malena. 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 Ñun Gambian si jëlee ñu jogandoo àndandoo boko war na ñëw joko war na ñëw jàppale Scorpion si ñu suñuy yaakaar ñu suñuy jàmbaar ñun fans club ñoo ngi seen ginnaaw ñoo ngi jogandoo àndandoo bokku neex baay Scorpion yéenay suñuy yaakaar Gambia am na ndam. Sanjari, mana, yeah, Sanjari, Jala, Mahale, Scorpion. 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 Sanjali, wow, ñun dam ñu leen ñu ñaan. Sanjali, mana, yeah, Sanjali, Jala, Mahale, Scorpion. Sanjali, Sanjali.
We are resuming proceedings, Musa, for the second half between the Gambia and New Zealand. The Gambia trailing behind by a 1-0, narrowest of margins here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium. It's similar to the Independence Stadium, Musa. Huh?
Yeah, similarities, but I mean, this seems a little bit, if I don't want to call it newer or fresher or whatever, but I mean, it's in a much, decent of states in terms of stadium, but you can also tell that perhaps the Independence Stadium has a much larger capacity than this one.
Quite correct. The Gambia, to effect a substitution, Mohamed Bai is on for Ibrahim Dabo. Dabo plays for AS Roma in the Italian Serie A. The Gambia will now change attacking position from left to right. Tom Samfe maintaining his 4-5-1 formation. You have Omar Colley, James Gomez, Nuha Sonko Sonsback, and Ibu Toure. And you have Sidi Janko, Mohamed Bai, Jaguar, and he picks up that connection now to Musa Barrow, headed out. New Zealand picks it up now. Dembo Dabo chases, but he can't get it. New Zealand on the attack at the near side through their number 7. It's another dangerous left footer. And he rolls it back to his number 13. Sidi Janko. He can't get that. Musa, your player, is back now. Number 10, Mohamed Bai, forced touch. He sends it to his opposition. Sidi Janko now. Janko wants to return the favors to Nuha Sonko. Janko now in possession. Now to Jamano. Jamano, good turn from Jamano. And now he squires it to Yusufa Bob Jaguar. To Omar Colley, decent captain down there at the far end. To Musa Barrow. Barrow looking for Ibu Toure. Still now Barrow in possession. Musa Barrow. He will send a short one. Jamano enters into the area now. Jamano, number 3, into the penalty area. And to Ibu Toure. Ibu Toure brings it back to Yusufa Bob. Bob. Good build-up, of course. And now to team captain Omar Koli. He spreads it low too. And now to Omar Koli now. To Dembo Dabo. He brings it back. Jamano at the far end. Musa Barrow now wants to enter into the area now to Jamano. He's looking for Sedi Janko at the near area. Sedi Janko. Deflected cross down there. The Gambia will take their first cross. First throw in rather. Second throw in. And that is going to be taken by Nuha Sanka. You know, Nuha Sanka's father come from Jara Pakalinding. Perfect. Perfect. Musa Sise will come to that very shortly as the resumption of play. 47 minutes gone. It's still 1-0 to New Zealand. Throw comes in, long one deep into the area. Headed out by New Zealand. The Gambia will attack through Abdullah Jallo, wearing the number 3 at the far area now. Been blocked by New Zealand. And blocked again by the Gambia, but New Zealand picks it up at the dividing circle into their own area through their number 30, knocking the ball around confidently and enjoying play, as Tom Sangfe told the Scorpions to enjoy play. Good possession football down there. Jamano looking for Musa Barrow. Barrow now gluing the ball to his feet. Musa Barrow enters into the area now. Barrow marauding run, but he's been blocked.
Yeah, I mean, that is too much expression from Musa Barrow. I mean, because he had players at his disposal that he could have used. He took on 3-4 men at the same time, but couldn't just beat past all of them. Dembo was trying to press for an opening, and so was Jamano, but he held on to the ball too much. And I think he knew to avoid that if he's going to produce any sort of an opening for Dembo to score tonight.
Musa Yusufa Bob and James Gomez are having a good form of run here in this important encounter, and that is Sidi Janko. He brings it back to James Gomez. I was just naming him, and here is Yusufa Bob into the area. Yusufa has been blocked. New Zealand picks it up, and now they enter into the Gambian area now, but blocked again by James Gomez. Good chap James Gomez he is.
James, I had made of James's transition from the junior side to the senior time, and he's been
Coach Mutaramboj was very, very happy with James.
He had to breaking up, and this is why James is, even his demeanor in the team is really so appreciated by everyone surrounding him. Wonderful player.
Very industrious, very obedient, hardworking and dedicated. James Gomez. That's going to be a corner kick to New Zealand. 49 minutes gone. Our man behind our technical setup is Omar Toure. A corner comes in. Headed in. But again, caught up by goalkeeper Babukar Gay. And Tom Sangfe is shouting at the top of his voice. He's talking to James Gomez. He has to be talked to because he has a lot of work at the back, but playing decent football for the Scorpions.
I don't know whether the introduction of Mohamed Bai into the center had to do with tactical or some sort of a precautionary move from the coach, because Ibrahim Adabo was very much in the game, and but we know that they were a little bit overpowered. And along those lines, and Mohamed is such a tough guy. Probably he will neutralize the balance in the center, baby.
He can play from the defense, looking up to their midfield. That's Mohamed Bai.
This is club football in Sweden with Broma.
Yes, plays in Sweden, and that's going to be a throw into New Zealand. Liberato, number 13. Not big names in the Oceania football.
Padova, Torino.
Yes. And now knocking it back to their goalkeeper.
There's more action in this game now.
Yes. There's more action in this game, especially from the New Zealanders goalkeeper. And now they spread it wide at the far end. They are now attacking from our right to left position of commentary. Here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai. Dispossessed by Nuha Sanko.
We're
It's
talking
another.
about Noha, who was first introduced to the national team.
You met each other in Portugal.
In Portugal, that was his first outing, and he made his debut against Congo, and again which he really made his mark. And since then, Noha had been a definitive fixture in Tom Famfield's team coming this far. And
That's Mohamed Bai. Good football, Mohamed Bai. He's pressed it wide to team captain Omar Colley, who now looks for Musa Barrow. And now to Mohamed Bai. Back to him, to Yusufa Bob. Jaguar. He sends a right one. He plays both left and right. Now to Abdoulaye Jallow at the far end. Musa Barrow now picks it up. Barrow, he would want to dribble. He will do that. Musa Barrow will do that.
He can.
He returns the favors to Abdoulaye Jallow. Jallow now to Jaguar. Now to Musa Barrow. Barrow now. Right footer he is. Want to look for his space. And if he gets it, he will do a good shot. And now Mohamed Bai spreads it wide for Sedi Janko. Sedi Janko looking for Musa Barrow. Musa Barrow now enters into the area. Barrow looking for Sedi Janko, and now to Dembo Dabo. He's caught on offside.
Offside. Well built up, and Musa is now trying to really express himself. Sedi Janko, that ball was meant for Sedi Janko, but not for Dembo Dabo. Dembo should have left that ball for Sedi to play, but unfortunately his timing and thinking wasn't right. That's why he was really spot on offside.
You can see Coach Tom Samfe is at on his position, and James headed it out to Yusufa Bob. I like these chaps. James, Yusufa Bob, Jamano. And now to Dembo. Dembo never misses possession. And now to Yusufa Bob now at the wide dividing circle. And here they are. Musa Barrow at the far end. He spreads it wide to Ibu Ture. Ture now. Looking for Musa Barrow back. Barrow. He has all the space ahead of him now to Sedi Janko. Sedi Janko misses the target. And now Mohamed Bai will challenge to Sedi Janko now. Good Dembo Dabo. Good one from the New Zealanders at the back.
Now they're feeling the pressure.
Of course, pressure is highly mounted on them. And now to team captain Omar Colley picks it up. And now to Musa Barrow. Looks like Omar Colley and Musa Barrow has very good combination at the far end there. Good sighting for each other.
Because they are mature players, and of course playing football at that level, that's offside. That's a foul, man. That's bad. That's a bad call.
Referee Sultan Mohammed Shala. He will not be that guy who will be of a famous character here in this stadium. Maktoum bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Tom Sangfe at the sidelines as New Zealand and Babukar Gaye comes out in good time. He stretches himself, the entire body. And now Omar Colley to Jamano. Still Jamano in position. And now to Omar Colley. Ibu Ture. Ture. Musa, there is every indication that the Scorpions can equal the scoring and even go up in eventually winning this game.
This game is wide open and it's for them to take. And if you look at the way they play, they came into the second 45.
Nuha Sonko enters into the area now. Nuha sends a cross and he's been blocked out. Handball! Oh! That was Jamano.
Corner.
And it's going to be a corner for the Gambia. Well pressed at the New Zealand defense. And that was a very good one from Nuha Sonko Sans back, who sends a teasing cross for Jamano to take, but it's been blocked out by the New Zealand's goalkeeper, and the Gambia is going to benefit from that corner kick.
Nuha had to do the most difficult thing. He was given an opening and he decided to take it. He pressed and got the opportunity to cross the ball just for the goalkeeper to save. And Jamano was also equal to it. These are the kind of goals he keeps scoring because he follows up. And we will see, I believe, something like that in this game.
A corner cross comes in, headed out, but danger not averted. Nuha comes in. Mohamed Bai into the area now. Mohamed looking for Dembo Dabo. Dembo still in position. He will make a shoot. Dembo Dabo.
Musa Barrow.
And now to Mohamed Bai. Back to Yusufa Bob. Oh, clinical finisher. Jaguar sends a shot. Oh, inches away from the standby, Yusufa Bob. I was just talking to you about Jaguar. A decent boy for that matter. He plays his local football for Hawks.
That's it. Jaguar has been a revelation because he's both-footed. He can do the left, he can use the right. And whatever position you gave him, he's tend to deliver. And this is what we're talking about because you cannot score without shooting. And this is the very first, and it's so threatening, so I think we'll see some shots coming out very soon.
New Zealand will effect their first substitution.
5.
Their number 5, Maxwell, is on for
Michael Maxwell, who played for Minnesota United in the US.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Plays for Minnesota.
Yes, for US. And Reed, number 2, has been kind of limping on the run.
Yes. There are 2 Gambian players, Musa, who are also warming up at the back. That is Boubacar Steve Trawale and Lamin Jallo Beck, having a good form of run in his club. Steve plays here in Ajman, here in Dubai, in the UAE. James Gomez now. James now to Yusufa Bob. Jaguar. Very intelligent player this boy is. You can't contest against his intelligence. And now they play the ball back. Dembo chases. He makes a follow-up, but goalkeeper turns it up.
Come on, man. That's a foul, man.
That's a rough challenge, but James is still in possession as the Gambia now puts it up at the far end. Musa Barrow, he loses the challenge. And New Zealand,
Good. Well done.
good one. Good pressing football from the Gambia. Musa Barrow picks it up there at the far end. And now to Jamano. Jamano, Abdullah Jallo will take a right one. Oh! Just above the crossbar. The right foot is not best of his feet.
No, it's not. But of course, what he tried, I think he just tried to lift it a little bit, which he could have even laid it up to either, Sedi Janko. But anyhow, these are the knocks on the door, and certainly it will open, baby.
Absolutely, there is every indication to have an equal scoring before the end of the regulation time.
The pressure is on the New Zealanders.
And now they clear their line. Omar Koli pushes, but Nuha Sonko. And now to Sedi Janko, James Gomez.
Well done, James.
Good attacking,
Well done, James.
good defending,
Well done, James.
and referee, good refereeing down there. He says play continues, and Musa Barrow now. He sends it to the wrong person. Musa is too hesitant at goal.
He's hesitant because he wants the goals, and now for the first time we see him linking with Dembo, and just to make a difference, because this was a chance, and Sedi Janko failed to do is what Musa is doing right now.
A New Zealand player is down. Omar Koli is having 1 or 2 words with New Zealand player number 9.
Number 9 is their captain. Their captain is Chris Woods, who
Chris
plays
Woods
for Burnley.
Chris Woods.
Probably
Tom Sanfei was telling us about Chris. Plays for Burnley. He also had a lot of movements before finally making it to Burnley.
Oh, fuck off.
60 minutes. Did you pick up?
What's his problem? They know each other. It's, Ivo Adams. What the heck do you think?
The game is temporarily halted, but very shortly it will resume. Referee Sultan Mohammed Salah. Elijah Just is been stretched out. He's coming to the sidelines. If you are following us, we are coming to you live from the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium here in Dubai, where the Gambia is trailing behind New Zealand 1-0. 60 minutes gone into the international friendly match after 9 days of training exercise here in Dubai ahead of the AFCON finals in Cameroon. And that's the resumption of play. New Zealand clear their area. OJ is caught on pushing and he will be penalized, but without any cautionary card. It's another cool captain taking responsibility as leader of the team.
That's it.
Yep. He was one time with Jurgen Musa,
Yes,
a team which you know very well. Padembo's time.
Absolutely, Djurgården is a top club in Sweden in the Allsvenska. And of course some many Djurgården, Padembo, Aziz Konyang, all traded through Sweden out there, and it's been a formidable season for him. That's what led him to move to Belgium, and then suddenly moving to Italy with Sampdoria. So it just shows you that the transition has been very good for Omar.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a hot cake. New Zealand to take their throw. Liberato. Number 13. That sounds Italian. Liberato.
Not actually,
Dembo Dabo stretches, but he can't find that one. And now at the far end, he's been blocked. Dembo Dabo was challenging Mohamed Bai. Excuse me, Omar Koli. And now he cleared the area. Mohamed Bai will challenge now, looking for Abdullah Jallo. Sedi Janko chested it down. He controls with his right now. He misses. Dembo Dabo. Oh,
come on.
Offside. Zaid Dawood, first assistant referee, who also come from the UAE, flags up and says it's offside for Sultan Mohammed Salah to make his position heard. 62 minutes gone. It's still 1-0 to New Zealand. If you are joining us, we welcome you to the Gambia Football Federation media platform, where you are watching us live from the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium here in Dubai, bringing you ball by ball commentary, all the actions with my co-commentator and match summarizer, Musa Sise, president of the Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia and also chairman of the Media and Publicity Committee of the NCCC, looking ahead to the mobilization of resources ahead of the AFCON finals in Cameroon. Musa, you said the NCCC, I'm bringing in a lot of C's into
Niceness. Do you want to
NCC, a lot of positivities for Gambians ahead of the AFCON finals.
Because the thing is, the NCC had a huge task, raising that much amount of money in Gambia, and of course for our preparation into the AFCON. But I mean, knowing fully well how passionate Gambians are with their football, we believe that,
That must be offside. Oh! New Zealand has increased the scoring. And Musa, it has to be said that has come from the deep of the midfield.
Yep.
When Omar Koli just lose possession and fall down. And they capitalize on a through ball counter. Chris Wood.
Who plays his,
It's 2-0 to New Zealand.
Who plays his club football in Barnsley, and here he is leading the scoring. He's been the most of their biggest name player of late, and that was just a well-taken goal. I thought the ball was even going to roll out because of the tight angle, but he managed to keep it in. And 2-0 to the New Zealanders.
We were talking about every indication. As things are, looks like the road is very muddy for the Scorpions. It's not over yet. And they have the self-belief and determination. And we hope so that by the end of the time of regulation, the Scorpions will be able to pull one back and push ahead to equal the scoring 2-2 here at Dubai. It's 2-0 to New Zealand. Musa Barrow, his trousers has been pulled off. Barrow and Yusufa Bob Jaguar will take that one. He sends it back to Omar Koli. Koli sends a long one, looking for Musa Barrow. He brings it down, glue the ball to his feet. He finds nobody. Musa Barrow. And the ball spreads wide for a goal kick to New Zealand. 2-0, trailing the Gambia. 65 minutes gone. Tom Sangfei will try to bring his men back in contention, but referee ignores that foul. And Sedi Janko now, he was looking for Abdullah Jallo, and New Zealand picks up possession now. Dembo Dabo, and now for Yusufa Bob. Yusufa Bob looking for Ibu Toure at the far end. Ibu Toure now, he's been challenged and he's been mobbed by two New Zealanders at the far end, but he spreads it back to Yusufa Bob Jaguar. Jaguar sends it to the wrong person, and it will roll out for, it's not gone yet. He brings it back, New Zealand, through their number 8.
It's possessed, pressure.
The Gambia should put too much pressure on these New Zealanders, not only good at cricket, but here in football they are trailing the Gambia 2-0 in this international friendly. You were talking about a friendly international as a FIFA window, taking advantage of it in preparation of the Gambia's Scorpions for their participation at the AFCON finals. But not only as a friendly, Musa, but it also helps us in our ranking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the matches you played, depending on the results, helps you in really improve your standings in global and African football. So depending on who you play, depending on the scoreline, the results, it helps very much in the respectability you can even earn in global football, BB.
New Zealand through their number 13. He sends a cross, low one, but New Zealand still now picks it up. And Babukar Gaye comes out in good time. He has 2 goals behind him.
Manjalo and Steve.
Lamin Jallo and Steve Trawale are coming on, but so also is New Zealand, number 19 and 16. I can hear Tom Sangfe calling on Suleiman Mare, Leon Juara, Daudan Gom to come on board.
16 is defensive. It's a defender who plays his club football in Colchester in England. And
New Zealand's number 16, Colchester,
Tommy Smith.
plays for
Tommy Smith
in England.
Colchester, yes. And Matthew Gabbard plays for Torino
Mati Gabra playing for Torino
in Italy.
in Italy. Torino. New Zealand in possession. Puria number 13. He spreads it back. James Gomez leaves it to roll out for Omar Colley, who breaks tightly to James Gomez now. The chap is just a decent player, James Gomez. Now to Ibu Toure. Back heel tilt for Sedi Janko. Janko now. He brings it back. And he's been brought down gently. He gets up. The 2 substitutions for New Zealand. By the way, we are going to have only 4 changes, 6 changes maximum. As this rule stands, there will be maximum of 6 changes. The Gambia has only effected 1. Tom Sangfet now is with Lamin Jallo. Beck was one time playing for Bakau United and Real de Banjul.
2 changes. Number 7 and number 17.
For New Zealand, they are on. Lamin Jallo will now come in. Musa Barrow will take this free kick. Musa at a very dangerous position here. He swing in,
Hussein.
and that is going to be pushing. A decision call against the Gambia, and New Zealand will take that one through their goalkeeper, who spreads it to his number 13. And now James Gomez picks it up, looking for options. James was looking for Dembo. Dembo not having most of the what he would have wanted, and now here he is, Dembo, leading goal scorer in Belarus, 19 goals for his side. And Nwasonko to Sedi Janko, to James Gomez, Mohamed Bai, Sedi Janko. Sedi Janko picks it up now, looking for Dembo Dabo. Dembo has been here, he slipped off, lose his balance, and therefore he loses. Oh, Mohamed Bai stretch it, and now New Zealand in possession. He turns, good turn from the number 8, Joe Bell. They are not hesitant, knocking the ball around themselves. The Gambia, of course, will have to attack from that area to be able to have one back from the back.
Very good.
Omar Colley, good one, but he has been dispossessed.
And that's the danger.
And 2 Gambian players. Now Musa Barrow enters into the area. Musa Barrow, he would want to shoot. And here is Abdullah Jallo Jamano, number 3, looking for Musa Barrow now into the area. Oh, he's been caught out right deep into the area now. And New Zealand, they are very disciplined at the back, New Zealand.
They have to be, because that's the whole essence of playing like a team, and playing at this level. Discipline is the watchword. If you are in discipline, you're punished, and they know that the Gambia possess whatever it takes to punish them. They know the quality of the strikers, and I would not be surprised if players like both Dembo Dabo and Musa Barrow, when they look at the team sheet or went in to do their research about the Gambia, they will definitely be watching out who these kind of players are.
James Gomez now challenges, and here he chases with his number 9. And now they enter into the area. Oh, he misses the target. And that was going to be a very bad one for the Gambia, increasing the scoring to 3, as the Gambia is going to effect a double substitution. Steve Trawale and Lamin Jallow back.
Very good.
A New Zealander player is being yellow carded. He's been cautioned.
Number 16, the new entrant.
New entrant, number 16.
Tommy Smith.
Thomas Smith.
Number 8.
Noah Sonko, Sonsberg, and Jaguar. Is Jaguar substituted?
And Noah, yes.
Noah Sonko and Jaguar
Because it's
substituted.
offensive.
Exactly. Number 7, Lamin Jallow, and Steve Trawale, number 20, are coming on. Tom Sangfe taking responsibility. "72 minutes gone." Is 2-0 to New Zealand here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium. Sidi Janko now sends it back to Babukar Gueye, who spreads it wide to Ibu Toure at the far end. Ibu Toure, he will give it to Omar Colley. Omar sends a long one, looking for Dembo Dabo, and now to Jamano. Abdullah Jallow looking for Lamin Jallow. Sidi Janko, he knocks the ball against his opponent.
You know, that could have been easily, could have been nutmegged him or even tried to beat past him, but unfortunately he was well timed and it was blocked to touch the Gambia now to benefit from a corner, which Musa Barrow took.
Musa Barrow will take the corner. He's taking all the spot kicks and corners for the Gambia. Too many black sarts in the defense. Musa Barrow comes in with the corner. A header comes in. Oh. You can see this James Gomez again. He's very good at header. His debut game and his first goal for the Scorpions was a header. No wonder.
James is such a determined young lad, baby. This is why we can't stop talking about the progress that the young man has made under the various coaches he's played under, coming this far at the highest level in national football. So this is what he's even producing at club level. That is why we are to watch whatever he is about. And whenever he's brought in, we should expect such from him, baby.
It rolls out for a throw into the Gambia, and against James Gomez will take that. Is he named after the Honorable Minister for Fisheries?
I would not know, but of course it's the same.
James Gomez.
Yes.
James Gomez. I know that Omar Colley OJ is named after Honorable Omar Jallow, former Minister for Health. No, not Health. Former OJ Jallow, former Minister for Agriculture, rather. Agriculture, exactly. And now, here is Dembo Dabo. He's been brought down. A New Zealander player, 74 minutes. Jobel has been brought down by Dembo Dabo. He's a big player. Fair play there. Good training exercise done here at Al-Shabaab Training Center, where you also have the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium. And here they are, come on good time. Babukar Gueye, he misses it, and referee ignores, but Babukar comes out in good time again. A foul claim down there. Sedi Janko now to Lamin Jallow back. Sedi Janko back, no, not the best of passes. He hands it down, and referee ignores, but it rolls out for a throw into the New Zealanders. Well, he says handball, in fact, by the way. It's handball. That could be very deliberate from Lamin Jallow. And New Zealand will take that free kick. They're knocking the ball around themselves. And through their number 13 now. Yeah. Their number 4 will spread it wide at the far end, where you have Babukar Traoré, Steve. And now Mohamed Bai chases. Abdoulaye Jallow cannot find that one. New Zealand now.
Now it's up to the Gambians to break them because they're enjoying this, they're leading. So
Yes,
they have to
yes. Dembo Dabo dispossesses it, and Lamin Jallow back. There was no decision taken, and he's been mobbed by 2 players, number 19 and number 8. And he dispossesses the number 19 for a foul. And New Zealand now, they bring the ball back to their number 4, who takes it to his goalkeeper, sends a long one deep into the area. Omar Colley heads it out. Germano also takes it back. Hela Musa Barrow could not get that. Omar Colley brings the ball down neatly to Germano at the far end. Germano, the New Zealanders are taking advantage of Germano's size.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we spoke about it because, you know, for them they are physical. They are a physical side, and that's their game. So you can see.
And Lamin Jallow now, he's chested it down neatly, but very close to the first assistant referee, Zaid Dawood, who raises the flag up for Lamin Jallow's offside, and New Zealand will take that free kick. 77 minutes, it's 2-0 to the New Zealanders. They are currently the Blacks, Musa.
The Blacks, I mean, the all whites to the Blacks. So here we are. We don't have the likes of Jonah Luma in their football, the late, but anyhow, this is something that they would like to do, and I think it's a scoreline that they would treasure very much because the Gambia right now are no minus in world football.
Good one, Ibu Toure. Good clearance there. He finds no scorpion at the far end.
Ibu has been very solid.
Absolutely, Ibu has been very solid and consistent throughout, and even at the training ground, you can see that urge and determination in the chap. And here they are, New Zealand. They spread it low through their number 8. Good football from the guys from the Ozonia region. Through their number 18. The Gambia will press very well. Babukar Traoré cannot get that. He jumps high, but could not. And now to Ibu Toure. Ibu will send it to Omar Colley. He will look for Steve Traoré at the far end. Steve Traoré, by all indication, he will dribble Musa. That is one of his trademarks. And he has done that. He passes long one to Sedi Janko. Janko now, number 26, looking for Lamin Jallow. Jallow at the near end, by the right side of the defense. Jallow enters into the area. He's been brought down. Referee ignores it, and it rolls out for a goal kick to New Zealand.
That's right. Bex tried to really beat past his man, but he couldn't. He was tactically blocked to touch to allow the ball to roll into, as for a goal kick into the New Zealanders. What's wrong with Dembo? I'm getting some water to drink.
Yes. Dembo Dabo. "79 minutes. It's still 2-0 to New Zealand. Dembo Dabo is having his full debut here. This game, we can remind you, is coming to you courtesy of Evolve Sport and Minenko Sports Management, match agents who have putting up all logistical arrangements for the successful conduct of this game here in Dubai, bringing the Gambia and New Zealand to test each other's metals ahead of their respective competitions. The Gambia preparing for the AFCON finals in Cameroon, taking on New Zealand, but trailing behind by 2-0 by New Zealand. And here they come, rolling round down into the area through their number 19. A cross comes in, but low one, and picked up by James Gomez. Dembo Dabo now, good pull out from Dembo, back healer, and now Musa Barrow at the far end to Abdoulaye Jallow. Jallow now looking for Steve Traoré. Steve gluing the ball to his feet, he will dribble Musa. That is one of his trademarks. Steve Traoré back heels it for Musa Barrow. Barrow looking for space. Here is Sedi Janko for you, Musa Barrow, and now he leaves it for Abdoulaye Jallow. Ibu Toure comes in with a cross, weak one, but picked up there by Steve Traoré, and it's a corner. He knocks a player, and it deflected for a corner kick to the Gambia.
that was a good move. I mean, because you see the hunger in the players and how they all moved up to support the attack. The openings were much, and that's why Steve, following Ibuture's laid up, just turned and tried to shoot, and it deflected, and leading to a corner to the Gambian. So this is what we wanted to see.
And Musa Barrow will take another of the Gambia's corners. This time at the far end, will take his right foot. New Zealand's number 15 is on. Here comes Barrow. He takes a long swinger and deep into the area. Lamin Jallow.
Nothing man is blocking the ball now.
That was a big shout from the New Zealander.
Very good acting.
So dramatic there. 81 minutes. We have 9 minutes to go before the Gambia can pull one back and equal the scoring. Very possible, very, very possible for the Scorpions under head coach Tom Sangfet, preparing the national team for the AFCON finals in the Cameroon. There will be another international friendly and outing for the Scorpions sometime in December, Musa.
That's right. Hopefully we just need to know who our opponents are going to be. Well done, Steve. Steve Andy comes in. Who's in there? Steve sent a long one. Yes! Oh, come on! That almost did it for the Gambia. Dembo Dabo just dispossessed. And I mean, Steve, after a very, very good work, delivers a cross, and Dembo just couldn't connect.
That was a good artistic work.
Absolutely
from
wonderful.
Steve Trawale, exactly. And the back heel, absolutely very nice from Dembo Dabo, but he misses the target. This is his full debut for the national team. He had one against when they had that training camp in Morocco against South Sudan. James Gomez challenges well. What is against him for a throw into the Gambia? The chap is just too dedicated, formidable, very decent, very disciplined, and industrious. James Gomez.
James is just a model young professional, and I think this is what we need from the youngsters who are really hoping, wishing to be part of this national team setup, because this is what is expected of them. High discipline, performance, dedication.
A cross comes in. Babukar Gay. Another one. Good save from Gay. Two fantastic saves from Babukar Gay. Musa Barrow sends a long cross looking for Lamin Jallow. Backs now. He rolls in. Nobody there. Lamin Jallow. But Sedi Janko now leaves it to roll out for a throw into the Gambia. He sends the favors to Lamin Jallow. Now to Abdoulaye Jallow. The two Jallows. Sedi Janko. Janko to Omar Mohamed Bai. Spreads it wide to Omar Koli. Now to Ibuture. Looking for Steve Trawale. To Musa Barrow. Barrow looking for Omar Koli. And now to Steve Trawale. He plays here in the UAE for Ajman. Lamin Jallow gets the connection. Lamin Jallow now to Sedi Janko. Janko want to make a fire. And here comes Steve Trawale. Oh,
wonderful.
Good one. Fantastic.
That was a beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Fantastic shot, but very good save from the New Zealanders goalkeeper. And here they come, building up the attack at the right side. 84 minutes, Leon Juara is coming on. Ibuture also having very good form there. And New Zealand is an informed defender.
Great informed. Chris Woods.
Ibuture, Chris Woods now. And here they are, Mohamed Bai intercepted the pass, and now to Sedi Janko. Sedi,
oh, come on,
come
man,
on. That's a carnival offense, and of course a yellow card will come. Sedi Janko was pushing with an marauding run into the New Zealand's area, and he has to be pulled off by his shot to bring him down. And New Zealand will have a yellow card for that infringement, Musa.
Yeah, of course, well, it's a very poor one, and it tells just how poor the number 19 has been. Steve, here comes again Steve. Sends a long one. Lamin Jallo. Was a diagonal ball. Yes! Yes! Yes, man!
Inches away.
How did that one fail to go in? he kept it out. He kept it out. That's Steve. Well done. Well played from both strikers of both wingers, from left to right. Steve there and Lamin Jallo. Really combining to produce one of the best build-ups into this game. Here they come, the New Zealanders, 10 separate. Trying to build up the New Zealand attacks, try to send out Chris Woods. He's there with James Gomez. What can he do? Saved by the post. Saved by the post would have been the third goal for the New Zealanders. The All Whites in here trying to press. Here comes 18, sends a long one. But no, it traverses the goal mount and Sadie Janko collects this one. Bex picks it up, tries to beat his passing man. He does that. He's been pulled back. And then, you know, poor game from the New Zealanders. Manhandling left, right, and center. They're losing the plot. Joe Bell is gone down after committing the foul. Play acting, very theatric. Ibuture comes in for Leon Guara. 13 for 25. He had a good day in the office. That was a very, very good performance from the Salford player. Joe Bell is being substituted. Replaced by 12. Who happens to be Callum Macquart. Leon to Musa Barrow. Back to Musa Barrow. Musa Barrow. Sandwich, but dispossessed. Steve is in there to support. The New Zealanders, 12 to 19, new entrants coming forward. Germano was there doing his little effort, putting some pressure, trying to defend from the front. Here comes the Gambians, 13. Joe Gomez, Germano, here they come. Steve comes in, and then he's pushed again. What's going on? What is this, man? Too cheap, too cheap.
88 minutes gone. Leon Juara was being affected on. He's born to a Gambian father and a German mother.
Trying to be
also had
play
his
some rugby.
debut at the Turkey training camp, just by the edge of the penalty area. Two Gambian nimble-footed players, Musa Barrow and Lamin Jallo Beck. Musa Barrow will take this one for obvious reasons. And assumingly he will in-swing it. And here it comes, in-swinger comes in, Steve Trawale, header. But wayward across the bar. 89 minutes gone, it's still New Zealand 2, the Gambia 0 in this international warm-up game, preparing the Scorpions for the AFCON finals in Cameroon. Playing against the champions from the Oceania region. Have been the World Cup finalists. Not that they have gone to the finals of the World Cup, but they have played World Cup 2 times or 3 times, Musa?
No,
2 times?
1998 and of course 2010.
2010
and,
in South Africa.
These are South Africa and earlier on, not Italy, 1982.
Espana, Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. 86 was in
Yes.
Italy.
And here is Sedi Janko. It's been brought down again. Sedi Janko looks like being bombed, but referee ignores it. And here is Mohamed Bai to take up the challenge through the number 10. New Zealand possessing a lot of... Oh! Germano.
Get him down.
Babukar Gay comes on in good time. And Steve Trawale was not able to fix that connection down there. 90 minutes gone. Added on time to be flashed off. It's 2-0 to New Zealand. Maybe the next time we'll be playing against Austria and all those
Australia
rather. And a throw comes in. Leon Juara knocks it out. And now to Germano. He loses possession. New Zealand controls well, neatly at the Gambian half. They're knocking the ball around. And now facing Babakar Gaye, goalkeeper. Shot comes in. But straight into his hands with little efforts. Sedi Janko from the defense moving up front with a 4-5-1 formation, looking for Steve Trawale at the far end. New Zealand knocks it out through a header. Germano challenges. He can't get it. New Zealand now. Lamin Jallow picks it up. Back. And now he will push in. Back. He pushes so hard. And now Mohamed Bai picks it up now. Looking for Leon Juara at the far end. Left-footed guy he is. Steve Trawale was too short for Babakar Trawale. Musa, we are now into added on time. New Zealand at the wide dividing circle, penetrating into the Gambian area. And here he is, number 13.
Lamin, don't stop, Lamin, you can't stop.
Germano now. Abdullah Jallow. Three Gambian players up front. Steve Trawale. To Musa Barrow. Barrow and Omar Kuli. Combination, very good one down there. The Gambia looking for a consolation. This is Lamin Jallow, wants to enter now. He's gone, but he's been brought down. But that's very good dispossession. It was a fake one, but both of them misses. And now to the advantage of the Gambia, Omar Kuli now. He's pressed it wide for Abdullah Jallow. As New Zealand is about to effect substitution, that could be a final one. Musa Barrow still in contention. Musa Barrow looking for Omar Koli. Musa and Omar Koli combination. Now to Sedi Janko at the near side of the area. He sends a cross. He's been cut out. And now Musa. Danger still not averted. Musa enters into the area. A call shot comes in.
Well done.
Sultan Mohammed Shala says substitution to be effected by New Zealand. That is to signal nearly the end of the proceedings. Referee Sultan Mohammed Shala. Kalte Varamos. IFK.
Well done.
Good game here. If you are just joining us, we welcome you along. Commentary coming to you from the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai, where the Gambia is taking on New Zealand. By the way, trailing by 2-0 in this international friendly as part of training camp for the Scorpions, preparing the Gambia for the AFCON finals. The Gambia Football Federation, Musa Sise, has to be commended for putting up all resources at their disposals for the Scorpions' participation at the AFCON. But also too is the AFRISAL, our partners, accompanying us to Cameroon 2022. Sedi Janko with a marauding run enters into the area. Sedi Janko spreads it wide for Steve Trawale, glues the ball to his feet now. Steve looking for Barrow. Musa Barrow at the far end. Want to take a shot. Musa Barrow, that's a handball claim down there. Oh,
Oh, cheap.
Referee Sultan Mohammed always ignores such claims from the Gambia. Poor officiating.
Poor. Very poor. I'm sorry to say that's not supposed to be the case. But if it's the case, you have to talk about it. And it's so open and so obvious. There we go.
Of course, you can see the complaints from Tom Sangfed, and that is the end of the full time here at the Maktoum bin Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai, where the Gambia trail behind New Zealand 2-0 in this international friendly, preparing the Scorpions for the AFCON finals in Cameroon. Musa, it has to be said, the Gambian chaps were at their top, even though there are some mishaps and vacuums to be filled, but they have done all what they could they are playing against champions from the Ozonia region.
Yeah, but I mean, being champions from Osunni region doesn't make this team stand out. And if you look at the potential and the quality of players we possess, I think the Gambia has, I mean, much better quality individual players than the New Zealanders. If you look at the organization, probably that's where the New Zealanders really, I mean, had the upper hand.
Good collectivity.
Good collectivity. They probably are a team that have been, I mean, together for a long time. I mean, unlike us, because we have so many players that we are just seeing for the first time playing, and of course they're also trying to prove what they're about. They are worthy of selection into the national team. This is where I think how, I mean, and when the coach would start, I mean, suggesting that these are the kind of players I want in my team to take along to Cameroon. But it's a good outing. I mean, you can take it by all looks of what we found. I mean, what we saw this evening in here. The players are up to the task. They have the ability. The desire is there. The determination is there. It's just right now, how do we just move up from where we are right now into the next level? That is the competition.
You can see the fair play being demonstrated by the players here. Shaking hands, exchanging pleasantries at the end of the game. Looks like Leon Juara and the other chap down there from New Zealand.
They know. I mean, these are. I was saying they know each other, and I mean, both Babukar and I mean Leon. They played the same. I mean, league in Germany. They might have known each other. Others are playing in Sweden, and all these things. So this is football at this level.
And there is Tom Sangfe bringing his boys back to the fray.
I mean, he has to. I mean, this is what the modern game demands. You have to act by the rules, and discipline is what, I mean, we all want to see flourish, and it doesn't matter what the scoreline dictates. And this is a friendly.
Musa, the introduction of Babukar Traoré, Steve, and Lamin Jallow Beck has added some positive impetus in trying to pull one back and eventually even equaling the scoring.
Yeah, but that's why the bench is very important. The bench should be even better than your team that's out there. And this is why, I mean, the Gambia possesses the weapons to do the damage. I mean, it's not that the first team and the replacement of, how to call it, Yusuf Abob and Nuha, because you remember, it's a defender and a midfielder. But because of the firepower that the coach wanted up front, that is why he brought in two wingers. Both of them, they had the speed, they had the skills to take on defenders, and you can see the difference it made. Steve, was responsible for the production of perhaps the only goal-bound, move in the game, and so was Lamin Jallow. And this is what it's supposed to be. The bench should do even more talking than the first 11.
Finally, let's talk about the chaps that must have caught your attention. Somebody like James Gomez, somebody like Abdoulaye Jallow, somebody like Yusuf Abob, Jaguar. They have been playing decent football throughout.
It is not that they caught my eye. This is what we knew them to be, to be producing and capable of producing. Germano, Yusuf Abob, yes, diminutive, but they are definitely, the crop of
exchange of jerseys between Musa Barrow and your favorite player.
They know each other. Perhaps they know Musa. Musa is playing at the highest level, probably. They know him. They've been watching him. So, and that's what Musa is all about. At this level, they have respect for these players. They know them. They know them. Players tend to follow each other because for your opponent, whoever they are, you need to know what they're capable of doing. Musa Barrow is playing the highest level in club football in the world. Of course. So is Omar Colley. So is Dembo Dabo. And all these players.
He had a very good game today, Omar Colley.
Omar had a good game. Dembo equally had a very good game. Dembo is yet to gel with this team. Yes. The team needs to discover how Dembo plays
He just had
football.
his full debut today. He just had his full debut today.
That's why he had to play the entire 90 minutes, because Dembo is the future. Dembo, as Cisse, is a deadly force. And we need to watch out what comes out of these two when they pitch against any opponent going into the AFCON proper. We will be seeing some fantastic football and goals. Dembo is full of goals. He has the desire. He's determined to play. He wants to play. He wants to prove himself. He has even nothing to prove.
Thank you, Musa. Musa Cisse has been my co-commentator and match summarizer for this game between the Gambia and New Zealand. We lost 2-0 in this international friendly here at the Maktoum Bil Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium in Dubai for 2-0 against the national team of the Gambia under the tutelage of coach Tom Sangfe. The Gambian officials and the players are now moving to their locker room. And thanks to being with us, if you have been following us throughout, thank you so very much for following. Keep Sporting. Omar Toure has been our technician throughout, giving you all the videos and the pictures. Musa Cisse and Bakari Bibalde saying bye. Thank you. Yes.